not my buddy.
Look out, David. I'm sorry. I know that's not the music here.
We have a new music. You didn't even
Listen,
warn us.
I'm trying new things. Wait till you see the end of the show.
A little scrubber on the vinyl.
I can't wait. Literally, I can't wait.
I may bring it back. I was just trying, because I guess we're in between. There's no A side and B side right now, so I just
it sounds more like a soft jazz kind of.
Well, I was trying to go for like a Dollar Tree Dr. Dre, like Behind the Keys. And also, you've got the licensing issue. So this was a license-free track, at least right now. So it was a recipe for, let's try something different. Let's take the A-side piece off. And I was feeling creative. I was feeling a little creative. So let's see here. We've got people filling the room. Let's see who we've got joining us. Travis Foley. Aloha, Travis. Good to see you. Record keeper. 33 RPM. What's up, everybody? What is up? Higher End District. Aloha, Tom. Nick Fantasy. Nick Fantasy is here. Greetings, Nick. All right, there's our Mr. Rojas is back in the building. Andy G. Hello. Chance, Chris, David, Arnaldo, everyone in chat. Good evening. Good evening. Sean Howard says, good topic. Hey, give us a few minutes. We may ruin this. It's our goal. Our goal is to really muck things up. Daydream Vinyl. Hello. Hello. This is Jack. Yeah, Jack's here. Hello. Good to see you. Mark Wood. Kendall. Spin Doctor and his Vinyl Mayhem. Spin Doctor and Vinyl Mayhem. All right, Jason, give us some bars. We want to test that mic and make sure that you bring in the sexy back, like Justin Timberlake once said.
I like Kevin Gray.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
You sound even farther away.
Man, what's going on?
I guess I better restart.
Oh,
I better
man.
restart this. Man.
Oh, gosh. This is why we're never going to get picked up for syndication.
This
Stuff
one's
like
for
that.
Jose.
Well, Jose already told us he's going to be late. I guess he's eating a hearty meal, and he needs to unload the hearty meal before he is ready. He's camera ready. So,
Is he
Carlos
using a
is
Dell computer, or what's the deal?
Oh, man.
Boom. We call that shots fired. John, I was thinking about John Bit Bob Boom earlier today, actually. Nothing weird. Just I was like, I wonder what John's up to. So good to see you here. All right. Well, we're waiting on Mr. Rojas to
Our
get the
audio
mic right.
file is
Yeah. we're wanting to get that sound just right. And then Jose, as I said,
I don't have a problem with it when he's not talking.
oh
So,
wow.
There you go.
I mean, David, those are body shots. He's getting those body shots in right now.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh my God! See, here we go. This is what happens. Why wait? This is Norman Maslow. I don't know if you heard of this guy. It's the latest star of Whatnot star. Norman Maslow. Hello. Good to see you, Mad Vinyl. Breakfast King. Hello. That was was that a long-winded way for Chance to say Jose needs to poop? Speculating. I don't want to speculate, but I'm speculating. Evening, Greg. All right. Well, we can probably get started because this is the show of record talking about records. This is Surface Noise. Good evening. We're doing it live, and sometimes you have technical issues. So we're going to work through these. I like to use this expression: build the plane as we fly it. Concert buddy at the ones and twos, as the room is filling up with the most vivacious record collecting fans there are. Let's do some introductions, and then we've got a hot show. Hot. Let's start with the tag team from the Empire State. We'll start with the OG. This is Arnaldo. The channel, if you don't know, it's Fidelios _frequency. Arnaldo, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Concert Buddy. Thanks for having me.
I want you to get the voice and the right, because the first topic is it's the Arnaldo special.
Oh yeah, I gotta clear my voice.
Yeah. So if you need to go off camera, do some exercises, stretching, get it limber, and then his tag team partner, holding no holds bar. It's a groove seeker. Chris, good evening.
What's up, Concert Buddy? Thanks for having me. New York
represent. We're ready to bring some stuff. And then, if I time this right, we've got the tag team from Texas. And we're going to start the venerable, the kind of retired, but not really retired, but retired depending on who you ask. This is David, fresh off 5,000 subs. The channel is Safe and Sound, Texas Audio Excursion. David, how are you?
Good. Hey guys, how's everybody doing today?
Hey, David.
Could be better. And then eventually, see, the timing didn't work out. Eventually, this is going to be like one of those wrestling matches where they start like a 2-on-1 handicap, and then all of a sudden, Ultimate Warrior just breaks down, and then here comes the tag team is there.
He's using a dainty computer, I think.
Well, I don't know what's going on. Jason is he's the sound provocateur. And in fairness, busy week for him. So we're gonna let the equipment get right. But this is good. This is good because Arnaldo is going to do the heavy lift on a topic number 1. And you know what I've got for this? You ready for this? Pow, pow. The band. Arnaldo, I'm going to set you up. This is what we call the assist. I'm a broadcaster on the run, a broadcaster on the fly. Last weekend, you attended VinylCon in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the home of freedom. Want to hear all about it, but before you tell us that, you went last year, right? And you were graciously appreciated for your video. Why don't we start off there, because I think it's important to know when these organizers acknowledge promoting their events. And Arnaldo, let's kick it off there.
Yeah, I went last year for the first time, and at the May event, because they have it twice a year. They usually have it in May and November, but I went for the first time in May, and I made a video. It was a very cool experience. I only went for one day, which they have it on Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, I believe, is just general admission is free, but I didn't stay for the Sunday. And I came back, I showed my finds, made a little video, and I guess quite a few people watched it. That fast forward to WFMU in November 24, right? The following November, one of the dealers that I had purchased from in the past introduced me to Kobe, who is the organizer of WFMU, who wanted to meet me and thank me for the video. And that was quite flattering. And he invited me to go to the event in November, but unfortunately I had scheduling problems and couldn't make it. So out of the blue, I got an invitation maybe 2 weeks beforehand, before the event, which I already had decided I was going to attend, to comp me for the entrance for the show. So that was quite nice. And so this time I decided to stay overnight because Philly's my hometown, and I always enjoy going to Philly. And I did both days. I had the early access, and even though I got there a little late, so I really was only able to do about an hour of the early access. And the event was fun. I feel that compared to the bigger fair like WFMU, and it's a little more relaxed. There's, of course, less vendors, but I think the atmosphere is more of almost like a party. Is there
music? There's
DJs.
Tchotchkes, you get a bunch of freebies. Like, what makes it feel like a little bit more
chill?
Well,
the music. First of all, the music. They had really good DJs spinning really good music, and they also had a bar, like liquor bar. they,
Everything's better with booze, Daddy.
they had one of the sponsors, Crown Royal.
Oh, shout out to my old man. Shout out to my old man on that one.
And also another sponsor was a weed vendor. Well, let's not call it weed vendor. Medical, not even medical, recreational marijuana at this point.
A cannabis connoisseur. Cannabis connoisseur.
Look, I even towards the second day they were giving them away free. But if you got a drink from Crown Royal, you also got a slip mat.
A slip mat. Look at that.
Cool. Nice.
All right. First question coming in, Arnaldo. Was it in Philly proper or in Southern New Jersey? Because there's lots of Jersey boys.
No,
like
Philly proper, the 23rd Street Armory. So in what is it, Philadelphians? Oh man, I'm so ashamed. I'm from Philly. I don't even know what you call them. Is it Philadelphians? Call Center City. Their downtown area, their business downtown historic district. They call it Center City. Yes, thank you. Herbal supplements. And the herbal supplements instead were giving away this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is like Slip Mat Palooza. I mean,
but I have to say that the Crown Royal beats it. It's like 3 times the thickness as this one. But they're good for, like, you know, you want to keep your good slip mat free of dust. You just plop one of these on top. And yeah, so that's nice. You get some freebies. Unfortunately, there were no free records.
Oh.
But yeah, and also it's not, I guess it comes with the fact that it's a smaller event, and there were only, I think, 75 vendors. The organizer was telling me he cut out a couple of tables. Even though all of his tables sold out, there's about 5 or 6 less than last year because he allowed more space for the sponsors, for Crown Royal, for the bar. So he wanted to.
Elon Paz, Dustin Grooves, right? Wasn't he? Didn't he have a table? Elon Paz, the author of Dustin Grooves.
Yes, I'm getting to that. Dustin Grooves had a table.
Yes.
And they had both volumes. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, I forgot to stop by again because I didn't want to lug around the huge tome. And I think she had already packed up. And I didn't see her because it was a girl who was manning the booth. And she didn't come back the following day. So I missed the opportunity to buy the Dustin Grooves. And it was a pretty good deal. You got a 15% discount. But eventually I'll get it again. And they had a twofer as well. You could buy the first and second volume together, and it was even a greater discount. So but I did get
real quick piece. So I bought volume 1, about $50. Great book, great coffee table book. I'm very curious why volume 2 is double the price. If I could ever get them in a room.
How many pages is the volume 1?
I'd have to look because I know volume 2 is over 600. You know that because I was trying to figure out. I mean, it looks about the same math.
It looks the same. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why I didn't ask the question because I didn't know how much originally it cost.
Sure.
So I figured it was, you know, similar in price when it came out originally also, because she had told me it came out 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, wow. That long.
So I guess inflation, paper prices have skyrocketed. So maybe that's the reason why it costs more to make.
Plus they have a companion because they did not only volume 2, but then they have like a turntable and portables companion. Personally, I'm talking out of school here. I think that is part of the reason volume 2 is more. Is to subsidize the printing of the other book, but again, speculative.
Maybe, but yeah. So I missed that opportunity. Maybe I'll get it at another fair. But I did snatch a because I believe they also sell a folio of some of the most iconic pictures, and there were some that were for free, and of course I had to pick up the one.
Oh, from Questlove, yeah.
Questlove. Looks like a little bit like Stunty's record room with the shelves.
Right. Shelves coming down.
Right?
Run for cover.
Yeah.
Good. We've got Jose is now here with us. Good evening, Jose.
Hey, Jose.
Jose looking like Lou Diamond Phillips, I gotta say, by the way. If you're not watching this, you're missing out on Lou is back. It's Lou time. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
And the dealers, I want to say there was a good blend. There was cheaper stuff and more expensive stuff. I will have to say there was less heat this time around at the tables than there was last year.
We're already getting it. What did you get, Arnaldo? People can't wait.
I didn't buy any heat. I consulted. I had a lifeline, not to Jason Rojas, to the Brazilian music expert. And in the end, I did not pull the trigger because it wasn't a record that I love. But I was going back and forth on the Club de la Esquina, Jose.
Club de Esquina.
Sorry.
Club de la Esquina.
And the guy had like 7 different copies of 7 different versions. I was more focused, not so much on the first version, which he had, but was not in the better shape than the, let's call it. He said it was still a 1972 pressing, but the label is different because they had changed the label in the between pressings. And he let me test it on, guess what? A Soundburger.
Yes, let's
go.
Wow.
He had a Soundburger and
take a bite out of the burger, baby.
And he had his little Bluetooth speaker, and it actually sounded pretty good. Like to evaluate the quality of the copy in terms of can you hear scratches? Does it have surface noise? I guess it serves its purpose.
Is it warped? I mean, it's a great thing for.
Oh yeah, you know what? Can't really tell if it's warped.
No, you can't. I have one, so I know
you can tell. I could tell that the needle was pretty stable.
Yeah.
I don't know, because typically when I put it flat, that's when I see if something is warped even a little bit. And being that the Soundburger doesn't really have a platter, it's just sitting on this arm. So, so that was good. So I didn't pull the trigger on that, but I did have some good finds. Do we need to show them all?
Let's give the people what they want. But first, I got to load us. We've got breaking news. I hate to say this, but breaking news. Dana Kimbowitz, fresh off of Pearl Jam roadieism. I can say I knew Arnaldo before he became a shill for Crown Royal. Arnaldo, how do you respond to such a targeted attack?
Well, I really don't like whiskey. It's whiskey, right? Crown Royal is whiskey, right? Right? That's how much I know.
It's water.
But it's got great colors.
Yeah.
Oh, but
and if you buy it, you get the little ditty bag. My father was a frequenter of the product, and I used to have. I would bring him to school, and so the teachers probably thought my father had a drinking problem. Yeah, here we go.
No.
Chris has got one. This is what you need right here. You need. Chris, can you show that again? I made you big.
Yeah.
We want to.
Not only do I have one, but inside it, I have one.
Wow. Yeah. See, look at we call these ditty bags, and that's where you can hide your band.
Are those because you already consumed the bottles?
This is from bartending. I used to take them.
Okay. But
are those mittens?
To make it even better, they even have the throne.
Oh, Arnaldo. Oh my gosh.
And it was
the new king of the VC.
It was the organizer.
King of the VC. We've got him here.
It was the organizer who said, no, you got to take a picture on the throne. That is Kobe, the organizer of VinylCon.
Hello, Kobe.
Awesome.
As you can see there, sorry for the visually impaired who can't see it. There's a DJ booth. Yeah. The sound system was actually very good. So
good.
Yeah.
Chris, we've got a question from the gallery. The Wax from Santa Monica wants to know, it's a loose sack. Is that confirmed, Chris? Those ditty bags. Loose sack?
Rob, you might want to go check your
booze bag. Booze bag is a safer term for Greg. I can agree with that. So yeah, let's look at the records, Arnaldo. This is what.
One more thing. Strangely enough, as I'm waiting in line for, I guess, the restroom, I think it was, someone recognized me.
Okay, all right.
And actually knew my name. He said, "You're Arnaldo," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh my! He didn't call you Fidelio?
No. And he's like, "Yeah, you're on YouTube, right?" And I was like, "Yes." You watch the channel? I was like, "Yeah, I watch your channel, and I watch you on Surface Noise." So if he's watching, forgive me if it's Dan or Dave. But thank you for the acknowledgement. Thank you for watching Surface Noise. So
Dan, Dave, Delphina,
Danny.
Daryl.
maybe it was Danny. I'm sorry if I forgot, but I think it was either Dave or Danny or something.
Can you show that picture again?
Which one?
The one that you just showed.
On the
With
throne?
Kobe?
Why
No,
does
not the
Jason's
throne.
audio sound like he's in
Oh no!
Boston?
I guess I'm giving up on Surface Noise.
That's
right
okay.
now.
We're just gonna have to put you in the.
That's my friend. He was DJing VinylCon.
This guy here?
Yeah.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah, that's Adrian DJ True Skills. He's the one who taught RJ how to DJ.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
R2D2. Celebrity alert.
I have to say, I don't know if you were watching, Jason, but they did some pretty good DJing.
Oh, hang on, Arnold. Can you blow up that picture?
Yes,
What
I will
on
blow it
earth?
up.
What on
I
earth
had
is
to
right
put it
next to
next
that?
to the
Oh
crown
my gosh!
royal.
Look at that.
Oh my God, is that a
This guy's
condom?
on fire right now. This is why
Oh.
numbers are up. Numbers are up, guys. I'm telling you. I'm getting a lot of heat saying it's a slow growth. Guess what? You get your free stickers. Count on it.
Yes.
All right. So Arnaldo, what do you have to show the people? Because the people are
Okay, we'll go real quick because we're already at the half-hour mark. And okay, hold on a second.
20 minutes generously. Oh,
Well,
hang on.
let's
We've got him.
Yes,
Arnaldo, we've got more breaking news. Hang on.
there he is. It's Danny. There you go. Thank you, Danny. I remember it was Dan or something similar.
Yeah, we've got him here. This is Danny. We're not going to
Nice
give
to
his
meet you
full
too,
name.
Danny.
You saw
Danny,
how I
welcome.
recognized him and you didn't? Huh?
I have to say, I don't know if you were watching.
Oh.
Oh, we've got an echo. So
Where's the
Danny,
echo?
welcome. Thank you.
This guy here?
Thank you for
Yeah, I think
acknowledging
it's
Arnaldo.
all
Thank you
back.
for acknowledging
Definitely
Surface Noise.
DJ True Skills. He's the one who taught RJ
I think
Okay,
it's
this,
Jason.
what is,
Jason's replay.
Jason hasn't had lessons from that DJ apparently.
Jason,
we've been
Jason's having-
breached. We've been breached.
Jason's having a bad show. I'm just going to say it. Jason's having a rough show today. We're getting echo. We're getting the broom closet, a microphone. All right, Jason, you back? Yes.
Probably not.
All right, Arnaldo, you got to show us the vinyl.
Yes, okay, let's show some
before,
stuff.
before we get pulled
So,
off the air.
since you cued Jason, it's because of Jason that I stopped at this box of 45s from a dealer that I was already buying stuff, and it was very limited. It wasn't overwhelming. It was one box. So I thought I can do this. I was like, I could do this. So I picked up a couple of 45s. OGs. This is Chain of Fools, Aretha Franklin. I don't know if you can see it. And another Aretha Franklin, I've Never Loved a Man. And I think the flip side is, it's a good one. The flip side is, yes, Do Right Woman, Do Right Man. So it's a solid one. And then I had to get The Hardest Working Man in
Brown.
Is it show business? What is it? The hardest working man in
Showbiz.
show business, right?
Yeah.
Papa's got a brand new bag. James
King
Brown.
label. Let's go.
Being label, yeah.
Amen.
Boom.
And this one was actually still sealed. So I did a little bit of research on this. See how it says Sutton Record Company? Does anyone know what Sutton is?
Educated, brother.
It was $3-4 back then. So
Stealing.
these were sold. This was sealed. I opened it. They were sold at gas stations. And Sutton Record Company apparently would buy dead stock from record labels and repackage them.
Oh, that's a great segue to our next topic. Look at this. That'll work.
And I could not pass up. I heard it through the grapevine.
Oh, nice, Tanya.
And if you look closely,
Got the cutout hole.
there's a hole punch there.
That's a
And
cutout hole.
Yeah.
Yep. It's right there. I don't know if you could see it.
Promo daddy. Yep.
and it goes through the entire record, obviously.
Yep.
But it doesn't affect the playability of the record. So that was the 45s.
Used to drill those holes in
again?
jukebox copies.
Yeah. And then I'll show very quickly a couple of things.
Arnaldo, while you're pulling out, we've got some questions. We got some wise guys here, like Cesar.
Okay.
It says, my question is, did Arnaldo find his OG copy of REM thematic?
I did not.
Oh my gosh.
I did not.
Yeah, and then we got another wise guy over here. This is University Vinyl. He's clearly on gummies. He says, my OG automatic for the people is one of the best sounding LPs in my collection. Guys, you don't want to break us up. I mean, come on, this is.
I didn't know Steely Dan made that record.
Well, what I thought was automatic for the people today made its way to its new proud owner.
Oh, thank God. Hallelujah.
Well, I hope
Our
is going to be
national
very happy.
nightmare.
Chris, do you want to show automatic for the people for everyone?
Oh, hang on a second. We've got an inner surface noise transaction. Look at this.
That's right. Automatic for the people.
Oh my gosh.
If
Look
you
at
squint your
this.
eyes, at a time will perform an illusion and become automatic of the people for the people.
It does kind of look gray when I give it the Popeye. So everybody
Yeah.
take your right eye and close it. And it and at the distance, it looks automatic for the people. Look at that. Guys, thank you, Chris, for saving my bacon. Because that was
this is a great story. It's a great story. It was in your degritter, and then Arnaldo did a quality assurance test on the listen, and now I get to enjoy the benefits of all of it.
Oh my gosh! I mean, this is wow. It's
amazing.
It's going through the surface noise pipeline. Sorry.
And I'm gonna mail it to Jason, and he's gonna say, "Oh, it's the wrong pressing. It's not really a true first."
No.
Oh, you know what? I did not check.
Oh no.
But it looks like it's a first pressing.
Oh no.
Totally fine with me.
All right. Well,
Then
good.
Bianco's gonna be like, "Who's REM?"
No. Come on. All right. What else you got, Arnaldo?
All right. Starting off with, yes, the dreaded mobile fidelity.
We're gonna get to them, wise guys.
Oh boy.
Nobody was returning that one.
Well, there's no question because this was recorded digitally anyway.
Yeah.
So
it's Dead Can Dance.
Spirit Chaser.
Got it. And silver label, which used to mean something, but that means nothing.
It means that it's not 180 gram, and David, please help. Is it like they're not sure of can't confirm the origin of the
first tape.
Correct. Then I
How
got
convenient.
that was at a dealer that gave me a good deal on what's the other record I got from him? I forgot. I forgot, guys. Anyway, I bought two records from him. He gave me a good deal. Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, another dealer. I got a bunch of UK pressings. Tears for Fears. Chair.
Beautiful.
I thought you just got that.
Kate Bush first album, The Kick Inside. And then a UK pressing of Scary Monsters by David Bowie.
Nice.
And a US pressing with the poster of Space Oddity. I think these were all at the same dealer. Then Michael Vinyl Rescue.
Very good.
Yes. I got this 12-inch by Suede, along with something else that's probably in the other room.
Wild ones. Okay.
Yes. Do you remember our friend Yao from WFMU?
I do, yes. The
He
gentleman
was
in the
there,
corner,
and he had some good stuff, and I picked up Primal Scream, Give Out But Don't Give Up, UK pressing, and unfortunately, I didn't do my due diligence. There's there's the print of the front cover, which should have been included, and it is not. Sadly realized when I got home, but it's okay. You don't play the print, right? You can only frame it.
Is he the guy that has all those UK first presses? He was in the corner at WFMU.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like when you walk in. Yeah.
Right.
No, he wasn't in the corner. He kind of had like two tables filled with like probably 10 boxes of a lot of UK.
He had
press.
he had the OK Computer.
No,
right?
you're talking about Clem. That's Clem.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, that's-
Clem, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
of him too.
okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Clem
was
Diddle
in the
Hopper.
middle. Yes,
I got you.
And then the dealer that I got the 45s from was running all $5 records are 2 for $5. So
That's a businessman right there.
Kim Carnes, Mistaken Identity, and Boss Gags.
Oh, man.
Muskags and Toto.
Silk degrees. Nice.
Come on, it's at least worth $250. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Listen, if we're nothing but vinyl snobs, I don't know what.
I
we
know
are.
you're
Come
such snobs, but I wanted to give the guy business because he's the guy, Jason, who had the Karen Dalton for $500, which I was not getting. So, and he was a really nice guy. He told me his whole life story about his missed opportunity of buying out the record store that he was in. So they're records that, they're okay. And then the $10 records were 2 for $10, and I picked up 2 Eurythmics records, which I was 1984 and We Two Are One.
You had a full box. It's safe to say a full box that you brought back. Did you guys drive? I probably should have asked that. Did you?
Yes.
Did you reverse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we stayed overnight and enjoyed some good food.
What cheesesteak did you get? Did you get Geno's? Or
We did not have cheesecake this time because we went to Reading Terminal Market. Chris, have you ever been to Reading Terminal Market?
No.
It's this huge market of food vendors. And you ever heard of Denix?
Yes.
Okay. We had to have the meatball sub at the Knicks, so we passed on the cheesesteak, and then cookies from 4th Street. Thank you, Deli.
Cool.
So yeah, great weather.
Good.
And
if I'm not mistaken, so they're trying to make this coastal because you had this one in Philly.
there's
and
going to be a VinylCon in LA. He said it's going to be a big one. Unfortunately, I would not be traveling to LA for that. And I think he said it's August. It is August, right? Does anyone know?
Yeah, we come on, LA, represent. I think I know it's during the summertime. I saw. If you look, actually, hang on, watch this. We're gonna do it live, guys. I think I've seen that in the latest record collector news. Can you believe? Watch this. Holy herpes! Come on, here we go. Look at this.
Wrong blow off.
God.
Wrong one. Wow, full page ad.
Full page. VinylCon, August 23rd and 24th. Dealers wanted. Dealers wanted.
I'm gonna be a dealer, man. Okay.
So get in where you fit in. The California Market Center. I don't know where that is.
He is anticipating it's going to be a big one. I don't know how big that
Oh
place
man, look at my
is.
finger. Hey Jim, quality control on these, man. This stuff's bleeding all over me. Elvis Costello just sharded all over my hands on this thing.
Diane Krall will lick it off.
Ronaldo, what was the demographic like at the show? Was it a lot of kids?
I would say a younger, more diverse crowd on Sunday because it's kind of like free admission.
Yeah.
But no, your usual crowd. I wouldn't say kids. There were a couple of kids, and I was surprised actually on the second day there were kids. I think someone came in. I guess.
Arnold, we're taking shots. This is Jefferson, the channel Tulandia. Why you hate the left coast, Arnaldo?
Because it takes 5.5 hours to get there. I could get to Europe. I could be in London for 5.5 hours.
Jose's camera right now, but this one's for him. This is from Alan. He said LA is a long drive for the tomato lady. That's a true statement. So I don't know if he's going to make the pilgrimage to VinylCon West Coast. VinylCon West Coast. Norman says I might go. It's my birthday weekend. Well, there you go. Make it work. Make it work. All right. So overall, if we were giving it a grade, like think back to school, Arnold, if you gave it a letter grade, what would you give VinylCon?
I'd give it an A.
An A. Okay.
I'd give it an A. Well, It all depends. If as an event in itself, there's records, there's fun. It's a very good type of atmosphere to shop for records because you know me. I get very overwhelmed. The elbow and people competing for records. The guy that gives you the snarky look because you don't go through the bin fast enough. There was none of that.
Over the shoulder pool.
Yeah, the huffing and puffing that are like
Huffing and puffing and body odor challenge guy. Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, strangely enough, I think I only noticed one bad body odor.
Hey, that's good. That's good. That's good. I'm waiting for the record show that's sponsored by Degree or Old Spice. I mean, that's a missed opportunity. Please.
Overall, I think it was a very good show. If you're going there because you want to find really high-priced records, I think it depends. It depends on what the dealers are bringing. There were high-priced and hard-to-find records for sure. But I have a feeling that the last event that I went to, like last year, I think some of the dealers, it could be that they weren't there, or maybe some dealers had hotter stuff. You never could really predict the dealer's inventory, but there was some good stuff.
Were the prices in line with the Discogs median, the general public?
No.
No, I think it's the trend that record fairs, they're always slightly higher.
Yeah.
It's indication of the quality
deal.
Yes.
You'll find the crate and the dealer that has very affordable records. If you're just building your collection, you'll find those $5 and $10 records that I got, they're in perfect condition.
Nice.
We've got a T-shirt idea from Records King of Aloha who says, "Record shows smell of weed, BO, and desperation." I mean, not wrong on any of those. I've encountered all three of those fragrances and life choices in my my day and in my locals. So anyway, well, Arnaldo, great recap, great endorsement. I'm glad they treated you well because you did a great video on them last year, and
I'm probably going to make some edits, and I'll post the flip throughs. You already saw the records that I got and the talk about, but there were some interesting flip through videos that some people will like to see and get an idea. I don't know what it is. People love to look at flip videos because I think they live vicariously without having to go to the record fair and convince themselves, for sure it wasn't worth it.
We've got a new term, vinyl ASMR. Vinyl ASMR is a new flip video. Jose, I'm going to put you. Jose, are you packing records right now? Is somebody packing records?
Johnny Bong is, getting high
might
right
as well
now.
be.
I'm hearing the sweet sound of a tape gun and some cardboard. I don't know what's happening. All right. Well, appreciate the recap, Arnaldo. VinylCon, if you're on the East Coast, check it out. And then obviously August 23rd-ish in LA. We already got some chat.
23rd, 24th?
Be there. 23rd, 24th. Be there. Excellent. All right. Let's move on. Next topic. And I'm going to kick this off. We're going to pass the ball around. So I'm going to show something. This was the motivation for this topic. And our friends at the Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab have they have this flyer, and this is through Music Direct, their sister company. And they're advertising a limited selection, not just a selection, limited selection of used LPs now available. I found this interesting because we did kind of speculate on this show at one time if, as part of the returns, as part of the lawsuit, how would they liquidate those assets as they came in. And so I went to their website, and I'm going to stop displaying this one. Take this one off. Remove from studio.
There's a weird hissing.
There is a high-pitched hum.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that sound is. I gotta be honest.
I was muted, so it's not me.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's not you, Jose. So this is their used section. Just so, and I know the visually impaired folks, I'm sorry about this, but on the Music Direct site now, a lot of these are out of print. Out of print. But if you want Bob Dylan, Good As I've Been to You for 40 clams, gotcha. Look, Arnaud, Dead Can Dance, right here. Hopefully, he didn't pay north of that.
That was
Arnaldo's on mute.
Dance.
Now, this is on the Music Direct site, correct?
Sorry, yes, that is pretty
Yes.
much the price that I paid. Because
Okay.
So that's what you paid.
someone
Okay.
pointed out, they were very negotiable. A lot of the dealers had very negotiable prices. Yeah.
Got it. All right. So this is on the Music Direct site, David. You're right about that. So, but bring up this topic. I mean, again, if you want some used MoFis, gotcha. $60 for the Bruce Springsteen Greetings from Ashbury Park one step. I mean, they're giving that one away. I mean, that one's half price, isn't that 125 lambs? But $80 for the Wild, the Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle. So, not really sure the pricing amalgamation here, but it raises a question because they're not the only ones doing it. You return records to Amazon, I'm sure. Hopefully, people have purchased things from the Amazon warehouse where it's return vinyl and it says it's like new condition and that sort of thing. So, David, I'm going to kick it off with you. We're going to pass the ball around. It's not a surprise that MoFi is selling the records we speculate are returned from the lawsuit. What do you think of this?
Well, for those of you who might have actually watched a video I did and seen that I was at Expona, and I was at Expona at the Music Direct booth, and I flipped through these same records at those prices and said, these are the returns we sent back. So shock. But no, seriously, what do you expect? What do you expect? They're trying to get something for them. If it's a record you like, it's a good deal, whatever, that's fine. But it was about as predictable as the sun coming up tomorrow. It's just going to happen.
Yeah. Chris, I know, and Chris, I gotta give you credit because you're the one who elevated this for surface noise consideration. Chris, does this fire you up, or are you just shaking your head on this whole deal?
I'm not shocked. I just didn't think they'd actually go through with it. But I guess the way they handled the lawsuit so quickly and you had the settlement outlined and the process, I would have to think this was pre-negotiated, that this was going to be their course of action on this to refund you.
We kind of wondered if they're going to take them back and then resell them at elevated prices. Again, looking at some of these, it doesn't appear that that's necessarily the case. But
no.
You know what I'm most pissed about is that like my whole collection just went down about 15% because the prices they have on these are unbelievable.
Right.
Some of the records.
I actually found one of my serial numbers in the sale box there.
You did?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Damn.
Discogs.
No.
Yeah. That's
David, why did you get home Vinyl Density? I mean, Vinyl Destiny. Come on now.
Destiny.
Wow. So I'd ask Jason what he thinks about this. He's got the Most Fidelity logo as his avatar. Jose, I'm gonna come to you because people think you're eating pickles. Did I see? Is John eating a bowl of pickles? Jose,
I'm eating mango. You white
he's eating
sons
mango. So what do you think? So what do you think about this? Not just the MoFi piece, but the practice of taking back returns, which happens, and then trading them out at lesser or even greater prices sometimes.
Well, you have to understand that the whole lawsuit was people thought, oh, I wanted an all analog record and I didn't got that. So here's your record, stick it up your asshole. And you know what MoFi did was, hey, people that don't give a fuck that we have a digital step, do you want these records for like cheap? And people are like, yeah. So I don't see anything bad with it because they're selling it to people that already now know that it has a digital chain. So I don't see anything bad with it. They returned the money to people that bought them, and now they're selling it for half the price or whatever, or something like that. I don't know. I think that's okay. If the people that originally bought the records got 100% of their money back, sure. Like, what's the problem with that? I see stores all the time selling like ding corners, stuff like that, like damaged stock, like, like a cover got like something like that. If you're upfront with it, there's nothing wrong with it, you know. And if it's a store and you got a record wrong and they agree to give you the money back and somebody else wanted as is, why not? You know.
Jose, I like the positivity. That's good. This is
Yeah,
good.
I
John
didn't see that
Bong.
coming.
And who the fucking people are like yellow?
Three. We've got. All right. If you're scoring at home, we've got 3 F-bombs from Jose in less than, what do you call that? 120 seconds. Jose, excellent. Love it. Jason
And by
Rojas
the
is
way,
somewhere.
Wait. I just want to say that I'm very disappointed. A friend of mine is over in New York, and he was sending me photos of like rough trade. Looks like ass. It's like all like Amazon titles up for sale. So I just want to say that. All right.
Jose, I'm actually going to concur with your friend. I don't know about if it looked like ass, but Arnaldo was kind enough to take me in on Times Square, right, Arnaldo?
Rock Center.
Rockefeller.
It's Rockefeller.
Yeah,
But
and I gotta be honest.
They opened the sub level now. Now the store's even bigger.
Well,
but great.
I remember that store being huge, and they had a lot of great like used records and half-priced records, sort of like a MoFi, right? And it was really good. But now
that's when it was in Brooklyn.
Yes.
Now it's in the city.
The stage in the back, yeah. And they opened a restaurant from here, from Monterey, in Rockefeller Plaza called Cuerno. So if you're ever around, I recommend it. Anyway.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. The pictures I always saw of Rough Trade must have been the Brooklyn. It looked like a real cool place. And then when Arnaldo took me in, they messed up his order. I thought he's gonna have to hurt somebody. It was a debacle. You can imagine that. It was a debacle on a pre-order. Hard to believe. Where's now? Jason Rojas was with us. I don't know if maybe this topic is close to home because the Modality Sound Labs avatars remained up. Is this a form of protest, Jason? That you can't believe we're attacking.
He's on Music Direct ordering right now. That's why he's not.
Dear MoFi, excuse the behavior of these, plebs.
God, is that God?
It
sound like
it sounds like these DSD plebs.
This is Vinyl Apostle is here. The Vinyl Apostle is here.
It sounds like a 2005 YouTube video of like, like something like that. Nature. I don't know why.
It's amazing how the avatar pulsates as Jason's voice comes out.
DSD forever. DSD forever.
DSD for life. Jason, are you getting a DSD tattoo right now? Is it safe to say that that's what's holding us up?
I'm just gonna rebrand DSD forever.
All
analog haters.
I didn't go through the whole list on there, but did anyone return the Beck MoFi?
No.
Is everyone still holding on to that?
I'm gonna answer that for you. No.
Imagine.
Oh, that went to the vinyl vault.
Yeah. Yeah, that one went straight to the vinyl vault. Jose, that's breaking news, Jose. I can pull up the list, but I'm looking at it right now.
Let's not forget, please, on the free for all to talk about the meet and greet happening. All right, go ahead.
The meet and greet happened. All right, hang on, Jose. I'm going to write that down.
The meet and greet, Analog Productions. It's happening somewhere.
Oh,
We asked for my credit card number. It was weird. Yeah.
Did you find any titles on that site that were not part of the lawsuit list? Because I started going through them and I didn't find any. But I also
Chris, I'll bring it back. We're gonna.
Well, all the out of print titles are.
Well, yeah. So like Santana Abraxas One Step, not part of the law. I don't believe it was part of the lawsuit. I'm sure that they were. If this came back, I'm sure they were happy to pay retail price $100, $125, to then turn around and sell it for $1,000.
Yeah.
So if somebody did that's a dumbass. If I have ever seen.
And I think that Ruth Brown came out post lawsuit. That Mono Ruth Brown. I'm almost positive.
He's only on the MoFi thing. He's there's not like a section of like lawsuit section. You know, this is just like
no, yeah, they weren't that clean about it. This is just they're used again through Music Direct. Here, we'll go through. So, and I'm going to take off that. I hate when websites do this, and there are certain websites of independent record stores who do this too. I think it's tacky AF when they have the out of stock and they don't clean that up. I know it takes time to do that, but I don't even think I can't even clear this. So we're just gonna have to work around the mess. But yeah, so Golden Roses, of course, out of print. So yeah, there's that Bob Dylan. Good as I've been to you. Super vinyl,
Got
by
a
the
Billy
way.
Joel there for you, buddy.
We've got William Joel available. Let's go. We've got Santana 3 for $20, big $20. Let's see, Love, the record. This is one of those records I just cannot make enough of. That Miles Davis, the Run DMC. Remember, everybody was real hot for Raising Hell, the first hip hop album on Mobile Fidelity, and here we are at 35 Clam.
Some of these are priced where they should be when they're brand new. I'll say that much.
Well, yeah, $20 for Ravi Shankar and Family and Friends. Yes, I think that's appropriate. Next page. We've got T-Rex for $40. I think that's what it was when it came out at retail. Lots of the Miles Davis stuff. Hotel California One Step, $100 in those terrible boxes. Arguably the worst boxes in any auto files collection. Now you've got, again, everything's out of print.
I got to imagine with the amount of refunds they put out, this was the only way they would have made it out of this financially, is if they're able to resell the assets.
Yeah, you're probably right. Now, I did send this one back to Stevie Ray Vaughan. Couldn't stand the weather. This was one of two I sent back. I sent this one and Paul Simon. Which Simon is it? Ryman Simon?
Right. Yeah. I sent back the
crazy after all these years, I think. But anyway, yeah. So here you go, $180 for the used Bill Evans Sunday at the Village Vanguard. Decent price if you're looking to get it. This usually, I think, $300.
That's an all analog, by the way.
Yeah, that one. I was going to say that's not part of the digital started on. The digital started on Blood on the Tracks, right? Or Bridge Over Troubled Water.
No, because Antenna is also a digital.
Yeah, Braxis was part of that whole deal.
Oh, Abraxas was digital.
Yes. Yeah. All the
a lot of Miles Davis.
The Grateful Dead ones are, and no, Bob Dylan ones are analog, and Grateful Dead are digital.
Now you've got the Bob Dylan Desire. This is on that super vinyl. This one goes for about $200 on.
That's a good
that normally goes for even more.
I sold a sealed copy of that super vinyl for like $400 on eBay.
Yeah, that's like a $300-$400. And I'll say that that's my second favorite Bob Dylan record, and I would get that, but I'm not. I have like 4 copies, so fuck that shit.
Jose, are you interested in Little Feet, self-titled, $30?
I would rather get a Massey feet photo, but.
What do you have against Little Feet?
That can be arranged.
Like $100. That's like $100. I don't have that.
That can be arranged. So, well, I don't know.
The problem is they're not putting conditions on there. They're not. It just says used.
Mazzy, yes. I'm not crying, but if you send me a photo of them, I might.
I don't like that.
Now, see, John Bong, if you get on the Mazzy Patreon, the lower level. Lower tier.
Who is
you will get those feet pics.
My name is John.
Feet pics and toilet record store toilet rankings are the two things I'm telling you. That's where it's at. All about it. All right. Well, I don't know how I feel about this one because I think if you are very upfront about the condition of these return records are, I think, and then buyer beware. But
I mean, were they not upfront about it? I mean, they're on sale, right?
Yeah, but no, I think that even that flyer, I don't even think it was very clear in terms of what if anything, was wrong. Because I think I'm not speaking out of school here. MoFi is notorious for seam splits on their jackets, notorious. And so I think that if I was a betting,
they don't charge for that.
Yeah, it's free. It's it's a free service.
I will say that I have always
that's venting. That's venting for the records to breathe.
When I've bought from Music Direct or MoFi, I've always asked for the records to be shipped outside.
Me too. Yeah.
So I never had an issue like that. Only with that Bob Dylan, "Oh Mercy," that sounds really good, by the way. Came with SIM splits because they forgot to put it outside.
Jefferson says the seam splits are a feature, not a bug. A feature, not a bug. I think that's probably accurate.
Yeah, I don't think they would sell these if they were not like mint or near mint condition. Or
nobody who buys MoFi records has it unless the VG Plus. It's not like it's a people are MoFi buyers aren't. We're not flinging that stuff around the room and whatnot.
Typically, yeah. I'm more worried about what happened to them after they got.
I know. I keep mine in like a
Chris. I've literally destroyed a MoFi record on my streams. So
yeah, but that's different. That's an act of violence. I'm talking about just general.
It was actually love, but you can choose your words. I guess
you destroyed it.
Yeah, out of love, yes. but I destroyed it because I was gonna get a replacement.
Oh, okay.
And I shattered it out of love.
So Arnaldo, how many of these MoFi titles are you going to pick up tomorrow? Now that we've brought them to everyone's attention, is this just like a grocery cart situation, or?
No, well, all of the ones that I would want, they're like still in the the hundreds. That's.
Which ones do you want?
I think the one that I would put in my cart is the Elvis Costello. That's not very expensive.
Which one is that? Armed Forces?
No, I'm not going to tell you because you're going to run and get it now.
I might. What I'm saying is, I might have it, and I could just
have it.
The Imperial Bedroom.
Oh, Imperial Bedroom, yeah.
That one.
Does it have seam splits already, Chris? So we got to make sure that it's an official mobile.
Yeah, it's got.
I'll always remember Chan's going like in traffic in Austin, and he was like, after like an hour of leaving the store, he was like, "We gotta go back," and we went back to End of an Year, and he saw that Beck record, and then he picked it up. He saw the SIM split. He was like, "I'm not gonna buy that shit," and we left.
Really, that happened? You never said
like
that.
1
happened.
hour and a half of traffic just to like.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I talked myself into it after we left. I went back to the store. I didn't look at it close enough the first time, and then if you're paying, it's a $400 record, and I pull it off the shelf again. I know you play the record, not the jacket, but come on, man. It looked like Godzilla had been filing his teeth on the damn thing, and I'm like, come on, bro, like put it right back. Terrible.
You didn't ask for a deal. You didn't ask for a deal.
Oh,
no,
God,
I didn't even bother.
No, he literally picked it up and he told me, "Let's go."
I got to the end of the list. They do have sea change.
No, it is?
Yeah,
How
for
much?
$400.
Look his face.
Get out of here.
Yes. Go to the last page.
Can
Hang
you
on, I
ask
am on the
MoFi
last
that
page.
if you can trade other MoFis for that sea change? See what
No,
happens.
it's on page number 8, I think.
And then all the
see, the
MoFis
one
you
I
trade
have
in
only
have
has
seam
3
splits.
This is the most false statement. Like,
Are you on the Mobile Fidelity side, Arnaldo, or the
Music
Music
Direct.
Direct?
Music Direct.
See, I
Music
have
Direct.
used.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got,
3 pages.
I got way more than that. You did
Right
used.
back in the search bar. It's easier.
Oh, you did used. I didn't do used.
Yeah,
I guess
Yeah,
it's in the vault as well.
Type back in
oh,
the
you're in
search
the
bar.
vault. Oh, he's in the vault, everybody. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, listen, hashtag show prep, guys. Like, I wasn't going to come here with a hodgepodge of stuff. This is used.
Well, it's even better. It's new then, I guess.
Well, hang on a second. We've got a link. We've got a link. Here it is. I know we got it. We got to give the people what they
Wait,
want.
hold on, Chance. While you're getting prep, we're going to start the bidding at 250.
Oh my gosh! We got an
Oh
auction.
my gosh.
We've got an auction. Everyone, this is a
250.
didn't have this coming. Is it the pink vinyl or the black vinyl? Pink vinyl.
Hey,
You think I got
Groove
this thing
Seeker,
colored?
can you put a seam split on that thing? Can you just put it on the top,
Black.
please?
It's a black vinyl.
Sad to report that this product is not eligible for further discounts. So hate to tell people this.
And it's VG plus minus mint, so it's right in the middle of number 2,896.
So here's the question:
if it's used, new. I mean, this is full retail. Let's be honest. This is what the pink one at a minimum goes for. So then the question becomes: is this dead stock that they had, and they're literally selling their dead stock?
No one returned that. No one in their right mind.
I don't think it was part of the list.
Yeah, I mean, in stock. There's no clarification if this is new, sealed,
pink,
black. Again,
how did they come up with the price 400? How do you think? I mean,
they went to Discogs. Yeah,
what?
They went straight to guaranteed.
The median. They went to the median.
You're kidding. Come on now. What's the median of Sea Change?
Wait, so it was true? It was true? What is this shit? It's true?
Hold on. The median on Sea Change is 279.85.
279, and their MoFi Music Direct is charging 400.
Going
sealed. That's a difference.
Oh, I don't see sealed on here. Where does it say sealed?
It doesn't say used.
Shit.
It doesn't say anything.
These are sealed, baby.
You better ask that question.
Hey, Chance, I sent you a link in the private chat. That's the one you want.
Oh, hang on a second. I gotta go to the private chat. Oh no, David.
Buddy.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
Jason, by the way, what did you do? Now your voice sounds normal. It doesn't sound like processed.
You put the mic on.
So yes. Jose is actually John Bong is actually right. I had to look at the sound settings here. Use my engineering degree.
I said that to you backstage. You had the wrong mic pickup.
3 LP there, dude.
How much is that bastard?
It's only $133 per record.
That's a lot of money to spend on skeet shooting. I'll tell you that much.
How is this shit so slow? What's going on with it?
It's a red label. It's a red label.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Original.
Yeah, what does red label mean?
If you paid me $550, I wouldn't listen to this thing straight through.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I probably
That'll
know every
be,
single song of that record.
Next episode of the VC Social Club, right? To raise the money to, buy Billy Joel, MoFi. Oh, yeah, right. GoFundMe.
Why didn't the price ever loaded?
Listen, Music Direct's having a hard time. Oh, there it is.
What?
Command, John Bong. On command.
No way.
John Bong.
Hold up here. So you're saying 3 LP equals 2 LP Sea Change? What? I don't see
it.
It
doesn't even have volume 3 with it either.
I will say that the greatest hits Billy Joel record in general seems to go for more money than normal now.
Wow.
Man.
Which is insane.
Or you could just buy most of his records for $4 a piece and have the whole discography for $100.
There is no doubt in my mind. University of Vinyl Tim has had some gummies. Here's the Billy Joel Red Roll comes with Christy Brinkley's panties. Now this is scandalous, Tim. Scandalous.
It almost sounds fake.
Oh, what a delight. Well, did you guys know this? Oh, the record keeper says Music Direct sells on Discogs. Anybody know that?
No.
Well, ain't as we say back, ain't that shit unreal?
Well, that's not really weird.
Brian, can I put that on a t-shirt? Tokyo Record Style says, I know why this show is called Surface Noise. Bingo. Stuff. All right, well, we beat these topics up to a pulp. We've got a little leftovers for the free-for-all. We're working on the rebrand. Freestyle is very polarizing, but let's wrap this piece up. Jason will join us again. I think you even see him backstage he didn't get an official hello. We'll give an official goodbye. So podcast proper, wrapping up. Stick around if you're live with us. Free for all, brawl for it all.
Mm.
You may even do a poll as part of this rebrand because we're really tightening up the production here. I want to thank my guest, Jason. We're going to get a proper hello, but I'm going to give you a proper goodbye. DSD player, thanks for joining us.
Just telling the DSD truth, out there, these haters on the panel.
I think Scully, the VC Scully, is that name tag? And his cohort on the VC Social Club Mondays. Check your local listings. The Groove Seeker, always a pleasure, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen.
And then David Bianco, fresh off 5,000 subs, Safe and Sound, Texas Audio Excursion, somewhat retired, kind of retired, depends who you talk to or the day of the week, David. Always a pleasure.
Hey, Jason, is it true that DSD now stands for Dell Sound Dynamics?
Oh no!
I heard it's a new audio format coming on their equipment.
These nuts.
Wow.
David, anytime you want to jump on that AI train, just, get on that DSD player,
Oh no. And then arguably our favorite new panelist, John Bong. John Bong bears a striking resemblance to young Lou Diamond Phillips. John Bong, thank you for joining us this evening.
Thanks for having me. First time caller, long time Peaky Blinder viewer. So.
I love it.
I got called a slur by someone, but that's fine.
John Bong
Hang on,
is,
here?
is sponsoring Rhino Hi-Fi.
So somebody saw
John.
me as a brown guy. They were like, "Hey, that's probably Jose," but I was, no, I'm John Bong, different guy.
Yeah, come on.
John Bon Jovi. John Bon Jovi is your name.
Yeah,
Let's not
John
insult our
Bon
new
Jovi.
friend John Bong. I mean, we don't play the Jose card here much, guys.
Yeah.
And then
Sequence
and then
his name.
and then with a great recap of VinylCon in Philly, our correspondent on the streets, drinking Crown Royal in the sheets, Arnaldo, the channel Fidelis _frequency. Arnaldo, thank you for hanging in there,
Thanks for
pal.
having me. Thanks for the spotlight. And drink Crown Royal.
Yeah.
Oh, getting thirsty for some of the Crown Royal. Hey, can you highlight Mazzy's comment that is suggesting a question and then answering itself immediately? It was beautiful.
Hang on a second. Let me get to the free for all, and then I gotta load this up. Let me load up the free for all, the howdy doody. We've got a lot of names currently under consideration. All right. Good news. Freestyle, free for all, call it what you want. Just stick around. We're here. John Bong joins us for our second power hour. You know it's a good show when John Bong is ready. We've got to. So John Bong, the request was before we broke for the key transition. Well, first let me get this. Friend of the show, Cesar, says, can we talk about now of how full body warm sound with lots of bass records, end quote, are better than OG's fully dynamic with lots of top end records are better, according to Audiophile Royals. Now, this is a very polarizing comment, Cesar, but you asked me to read it, and I read it. You asked me to read it, and I read it. So, let's talk about, well, we had a leftover. And I know if High Rant District is here, he won't like this because he really believes in the true spirit of the free-for-all. But sometimes it's like you have a good meal or a bad meal, and you just have some extras. You got a couple extra chicken tendies. What are you going to throw them away? No.
Mm-mm.
Throw them away? Hell no. Keep those tendies. Dip that shit in barbecue sauce. So we got one more. European imports. David Bianco, when I say European imports, what do you think of in the record collecting consigliere?
Oh, and record collecting. Okay, sorry, you said European imports.
Well, I had to be very clear because I didn't really, I know how mine's, and could have got real sideways real fast. For me, immediately it reminds me of Gem Records out of New Jersey, which was bringing in European import records back in the 70s and 80s.
And, I got a lot of first pressing Led Zeppelin, not a turquoise, but like Physical Graffiti, Presence. That for me, it reminds me of the fact that if you weren't in the know at the time, all you would think was, oh, those are just more expensive records.
So,
but they weren't.
Yeah, right. So there's the deals, European imports. Like Arnaldo was just flashing up a couple of ponies he got from the PhillyCon, from VinylCon in Philly. But I'm doubling down on is it's this term, and I'm seeing it more and more in shops. In fact, I know some shops that have it, and I'm not no judgment. People like it. They're calling them unofficial European imports.
Oh, unofficial changes everything. Unofficial changes everything.
Yes. Okay, so let me be clear. I have the type wrong there. So the unofficial, let's just put it out in the air. Bootlegs.
B word.
The B word. Are I'm seeing them more and more. Are you guys seeing these more and more? Your locals? Are you seeing more unofficial European imports?
There was a table at VinylCon that I'm flipping through. Well, the first thing that attracted me was Marilyn Manson Mechanical Animals. It's like he cannot have it just sitting there in the bin. It's got to be a bootleg. And of course, I pull it out, and it's a bootleg. And then behind that, there were tons of other ones. So
and here's the thing for me: bootlegs in today's world are probably financing some very nefarious stuff. That's my big issue with it. It's not like the old days where it was just, let's try to get a Led Zeppelin concert from a tape that we can put on a vinyl. Now I think it's funding stuff that it shouldn't. And I mean, I really frown on even buying from stores that have them, to be honest with you.
But so there's a difference here, and Piper just said it. But my comment to this is like a bootleg is an unauthorized recording that's commercially released. European imports are fake. They're counterfeit. They're not.
But they're similar in the sense that they're unofficial as well, right? Like they weren't given a proper release. Right.
The band isn't getting any money. There's
a famous video of Neil Young going into those record stores in New York, and pulling the records and saying, "Where'd you guys get this? This is my music. I didn't authorize this." Like totally slammed them, right? So yes, I agree that counterfeit and bootleg in certain parlance can be a little bit different, but at the end of the day, unauthorized, the right people are not getting their cuts. Jason, I know you love these unofficial European imports. In fact, when we were in Austin, you just kept saying, "Concert Buddy, I got to get my fix." And this is where I go. He took me to like the other side of the tracks in Austin, and it was like this. You would have thought it was Shangri-La. They had so many unofficial European imports. But Jason, where do you stand on that?
If the tomato lady says they're good enough, then John Bong, they're good enough,
I was thinking while I was taking a shower today that I think none of you actually remember the tomato lady story, because the tomato lady story was a lady that sold tomatoes at a market that was selling a Chalino record that she then used the money and stuffed her own ass with it and didn't send me my record. No. So I think everybody here is misremembering that story, because
that's baloney. It doesn't make sense.
The whole idea of the tomato lady, it's not that I got an incredible record for cheap, is that I got a record and then I got scammed and they didn't got it.
All you got to do is resell the cover of the Mamas and the Papas.
I already did. I sold
it.
There
you go. It'll pay for it. The toilet record.
I sold it for $200.
There you go. Did it make up for the scam she ran?
Yeah, that was like $10.
There you go.
John Bond,
you were hustling.
I just want to set the record straight. Like, we're empathetic to your story. We're going to keep on misusing the tomato lady reference from here on out.
But by the way, I don't even know what story it is, because I'm another guy. I'm a John Bong, so I don't even know.
My fault. Sorry, Mr. John Bon Jovi.
John Bong, do you sell any bootleg MoFi records? John Bong, do you sell any?
you know, I don't have any bootlegs with me. When I went to Barcelona last time, I saw so many fucking copies of, and let me take 1 minute here, if I may. Mr. Beck Hansen, you know, I love your music, Mr. Beck. Last 2 records, I not that much, but I love most all of your records, and I fucking hate the fact that you don't reissue your early work, and you've been promising over at Twitter/X for like 17 years now that you're gonna reissue it, but so people are bootlegging the fuck out of Beck early years, you know. Hey, wait, it's true. The last time I went to Europe, everyone had those first Beck records, you know. Yes. So I think it's a dumbass move, you know. So yeah, Tool, Beck, and a lot of Tom Waits at the time, because the shitty official reissues weren't a thing yet.
So, John, Mr. Bong, you raise a great point. I'm going to cut you off, but I'm going to hit you back with another one, because that is what some people. There's a lot of titles that, for whatever reason, legalese, this disputing between the states, etc., that aren't getting reissued. You raise a very good point. And so the alternative in a lot of these cases, the unofficial European bootlegs. I'm thinking of a good example, Megadeth, Euthanasia. That's one that, and it used to be, my working theory, which is falling on the crap now, was these unofficials were precursors toward it finally getting reissued. There was a couple examples. Creed, My Own Prison was one, I remember 2 years ago. So in the instance of you really want some of that Beck Hansen catalog, the Beck early catalog, but they're not doing it. Jose, does it make sense to you? Or I'm sorry, John Bong, does it make sense to you to then just get the unofficial and then call it a day?
I have some of those unofficial ones. They don't sound bad, you know.
They're a CD pressed on vinyl. That's all it is.
No, not all of them. Some are DAC.
Okay, probably a little bit better.
Yes. Yeah, they're good. They don't sound that bad. There's
just buy the CD.
Well,
buy the CD.
The DAC in the back then, it was a little better for that sort of digital sharing. Because, for example, there's a lot of Nirvana bootlegs that I don't understand why. Like Nirvana's always been on you know, in print, but there are a lot of like you know, the white bootlegs and shit like that, and they all come from like DAC and shit like that. But I just think I've seen people records getting counterfeit or bootleg, and that makes them want to release it officially because they feel the pressure. You know, for example, like the gray area Tracy Chapman that happened not that long ago, right? It was
or like the Buckingham Nicks,
Argentina, yeah.
Issued.
Well, but you know what I mean. So I think sometimes, for example, in Argentina, like Cesar is always talking about Soda Stereo. Soda Stereo had an Italian bootleg of the record, but what's funny is that when Sony released the official record, everyone unanimously said that the bootleg sounded better than the fucking official release because
Kevin Gray did it.
Yes, that more than likely, but it's because
Keith
of that.
Gray. You know? Keith Gray. That's we call him Keith.
Oh, French. It was a French record. All right, it was a French bootleg, but yes.
John Bong, we have a comment from Dana Kimball who says, I'm Chelino Sanchez on DAC.
How do you feel about that? Is because I'm another guy.
That's right. Come on, Kimball. This is the whitest white guy there is. John Bong. Are you kidding me? Chelino, get out of here with that.
I got married in Connecticut. All right. Wait, you know what I mean? I think
John Bong's debut album, I Got Married in Connecticut. Depending on the unofficial
Hey, guess
European
what,
import.
Fremer? John
Down
Long
with
is
the
coming for your
in-laws.
street corner. Yeah. Michael
That's the
Fremer,
song,
you've been
Down
put on
with the
notice.
In-Laws. All right. But I will say that sometimes bootlegs pressure artists or labels to release a record, which is not a bad thing, but it's just there are a lot of titles that there are no particular reason for there not to be a reissue. You know, because I think there are a lot of big labels that now do small runs, at least for them, small runs. You know, like 2,500. It used to be 10,000 copies of a record, and now they can do like 2,000 records of a pressing of a record. But they don't explore it as much. So, you know, that's my only complaint sometimes. But or they focus on like one record by an artist when there are like 10 that everybody wants, you know.
Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Bong. I'm going to open up to anybody because work theory here.
Mm-hmm.
I used to also believe that these unofficials were sometimes indirectly authorized by the labels as a kind of Jim Bong was talking about a temperature check to see if the appetite for releasing is widespread was out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because to what Mr. Bong was saying, the sound quality in some of these is pretty good. And in light of not having an official reissue, it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, I kind of go back and forth. Now Thomas here says the problem isn't the bootleg records. The problem is the people.
Well, no, it's the people manufacturing them, I guess. But you know, it's like saying, you know, oh, it's, you know, McDonald's giving you shit. Yeah, it's McDonald's giving you shit. It's not you ordering at 3 a.m.
Straw poll. Dais. Does anyone on the dais have an unofficial European import in their not immediate vicinity, but
yeah, I can go get it.
I have one that I didn't realize.
Oh no! Oh, David, they got you. That is not turquoise.
Well, somebody gifted this to me actually.
Somebody
it's
gave
really
you an unofficial. Wow.
It's like 200 grams. The record. I mean, it's really thick. And it sounds exactly like a CD.
Wow.
They spent some money on that. That's like a foil.
It is.
They even that's pretty cool. It's like they didn't.
It's really a thick record. Oh my gosh, is that an encyclopedia or a record? What is?
Is that a centerfold or some shit like that?
Yeah.
It's even got a Warner logo at the end of the script there and everything.
It has a Warner logo?
Yeah. How do you feel about the degree of reproduction on that label? Looking at it,
is it
pretty
all
close?
blurry?
Yes, a Warner.
It's you wouldn't know, to be honest with you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna tell the story yet because it's still playing out, but I got recently counterfeit, and it even had the same matrix as the original, like literally in the dead wax. And there was no picture. I really searched for a picture of original dead wax because Discogs, you know, those pictures are hit or miss. So the level of reproduction, at least thought into these reproduced pieces, is higher than ever. David, we got a question from somebody says, did David Gray master that one? Did David Gray master that one?
There's not very much traceability on it,
Kevin Gray,
guys.
sorry. Kevin Gray. Sorry, Kevin Gray.
Yeah, how does it sound?
Yeah, how does it sound?
Does it sound as good as a Jimmy Page remaster?
Probably
It's gotta
better.
sound better.
But no. You know, to the average listener, it's totally passable. It's totally passable.
Shots fired at many in the gallery. He's calling you average listeners. This is how we lose viewers. We can't take
the casual listener. You know, somebody who isn't really. They're just playing the record. It sounds better than Spotify.
Doesn't
All right, so
have a record that hasn't been pressed on vinyl and all the only thing that's out is bootlegs.
Yeah,
Van Halen.
Yeah, Van Halen. Which one?
Van Halen 3. Van Halen 3 with the Gary Stone record. That's one.
That was never pressed.
Correct.
about
Never
the
pressed. It's one. It's the one where the guy's standing in front of the cannon and taking it. Oh.
And MoFi didn't get it.
Here goes Rojas. We're going to get Rojas.
He's going to the boxes. He's going to the boxes.
MoFi didn't get it, right? Chance?
Why are you ignoring John Bong? Look, this is the bootleg that I have.
All right,
Isn't
well,
there
hang on. We
Tool?
call that a European, unofficial European import, Jose. What is that you have?
It's 18 euros.
18 euros. Oh, it says 16.
16.
Unbelievable. John Bong, we need to get you some glasses, pal.
Wow, it's even got a barcode.
Yeah, no, it has a barcode.
I'm
It has
saying.
that. It has that thing in the top where you could had like the catalog for the cassette. Wait, can this shit fucking? Oh, there you go. It has like the thing for the cassette. Is like the cassette thing.
Yeah. Does it have a matrix or is it just?
Yes,
blank?
it does.
Wow.
And
Some of the ones that
it came on a poly.
On
It came on a poly
VinylCon
line.
didn't have a matrix number. It was so blatantly fake.
Yeah, mine.
Yeah,
Mine
Gotta
There it
do
is.
this one real quick. So Mr. Haas does have one, and this is usually a giveaway. Those circular stickers that say limited edition or color vinyl. I mean, that's usually So Jason, what inspired you to get the Gary Sharon Van Halen record? Because that doesn't seem like your wheelhouse.
I thought this was cut by Kevin Gray. It's not. I thought it was cut from the tape.
Oh no, I'm sorry to tell you, that's fake news. Fake.
Computer hacking skills.
I don't know now. I don't know what to do.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, we ruined your evening. So John Bong, you were pulling out the Tom Waits record. You're looking at the Matrix. Even the Matrix looks legit.
Yeah, and it came on a polyline sleeve. And again, this was
A
before.
polyline sleeve?
Yeah.
Yeah, even the counterfeit artists even they put quality ahead of some of the real deals.
But they had all the records, and this was before the official horrible sounding reissues. So I was happy when I got it. I thought it was because I was in Spain. I thought it was a Spanish pressing because I did buy 2 Tom Waits official records that are from Spain. If you go look those up, they are not that expensive. They're like $40 or something like that. Compared to like the $100 there, the others are worth. But I would say that there are a lot of dumb fucking bootleg records. Because, for example, I saw the Sonic Youth Goo record. There was a bootleg, and the first EP, which is a very specific record, the Swans first EP as well, there were bootlegs. And I know that because when you press the record, the bootlegs were completely flat. They didn't have the circle in the middle that's like where the press, rests while it's pressing the record. So that's a different type of pressing. That's it's not an automatic pressing. So that means hydraulic, or whatever you want to call it. I said,
John, we got a question. How much did that cost, John?
16 euros.
16 euros.
So that's like
He's saying there's one here in Japan that is like $300, but he thinks it's a German press. He's saying
for this, no, not even the German pressing is worth that. So I think again with the Sonic Youth ones that I saw, they were $20. So I thought those were just pressed because if somebody doesn't notice, if the record store doesn't know, which probably they do because they're not going to get it from the same place, right, that they got the original ones. They get the record just because they are getting it cheaper or because they're getting it whatever. And people are just buying them because, again, we live in this bubble that I think 80% of the people that buy records nowadays only want the record just because they want the record. They don't give a fuck what pressing it is.
John Bong, it's all about the music, bro. Come on, John Bong.
It's all about this Elton John best stuff that I have here.
DCC.
Because, I don't know what the fuck. It's a piece of shit.
Oh, that's Super Saver.
I don't
John
think, I don't think
Bong.
a lot
John
of-
Bong, you remind me of somebody, John Bong. I can't put my finger on it, but you're so familiar. I just can't do it.
Idris Elba, who I don't know.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's me.
So Bruce, here I'm gonna put you in a hot seat. I didn't see your hand go up on the got an official European import in their possession. Are you trying to avoid potential legal ramifications, or is this not
he's
your
got the vinyl sweatshop in the back of his house. That's what you
Will they kick you out of the Tone Poet Society if you have a unofficial?
Come on. No, I don't have any. But I was gonna say I think if you're a store that's specializing in new stock, I don't think you care if it's bootleg or not or unofficial. You're just
that's what I'm saying.
Out.
People are gonna see that. Oh, by the way, the Mazzy Star Record Store Day Essential releases. Get that shit before it's late. But like those type of bands, I know. Those type of bands, people just want to get the record. Most people just want to play them on their Crossley, fucking go at it and post a photo on
John Bong, you vinyl elitist. Who are you?
Put it on WhatsApp stories.
Get out of here.
What's the fuck?
This guy, I don't know. It's under attack.
Super
Arnaldo, you're another
Crossley.
one.
What percentage of listeners nowadays do you think have a Crossley? I would say like 40%.
Oh, that number is so high, John. We're gonna have to kick you off.
No, that's
stage.
true. How many you think people in the world that collect records right now that are new to the Chings are Crossley or Audio Technica LP60?
I can't believe I'm hearing this. You know what? I'm going to do a shootout between two Crosleys, right? Same record. Maybe like Eagles Hotel. I'll play a Eagles MoFi on two Crosleys, right?
Guys, forget the Crosley. Forget the Audio Technica LP60. It's the Angel's Horn AH1.
Oh my God, we've got him here.
Plug.
Hang on. I'll make you big because anytime, listen, we're going. Arnaldo, what on earth could you be talking
I
about?
am
right
totally sponsored tonight between the Crown Royal.
There's no shame. Arnaldo is for hire.
Whatever it is.
I am getting thirsty,
And,
What a sellout.
And the Angel's Horn. For those of you who haven't watched the video,
Add up those figures, sir.
I'm endorsing them because
wait.
it puts the Crosley and the Audio Technica LP60.
Come on, man.
Can I say that Wyoming Dave, for whatever reason, wrote a wild ass comment saying some Crossleys are pieces of shit.
Oh, Wyoming Dave is even getting in the mix. Wyoming Dave says some garbage are pieces of crap. Oh my God.
Pisces.
He was so angry he couldn't even get out that E for pieces. He said pieces of crap. Pieces of crap. All right, Jose. I'm sorry, John Bong. We're gonna put this up to the people. Not only should the people hit that like button or that dislike button, cheap plug, but we're gonna get crowd participation. We're gonna throw out John. The number was 40%. We're correct. Was that your bold statement? 40%
of new record collectors.
Hang on. How many?
Hit the agree button and
there is not an agree button. No, we're
hit the agree button and
listen, this is how we're doing.
Are we going to do a poll? Does John
Bong in honor
does
of
John Bong have a Crosley or not? Right?
Please mail this link to your grandmother so she can.
Yes, this is for the Vinyl Grandma's live stream Monday evenings. Check your local listings. We're getting some feedback, so let's let that take it. Now, what I was going to go to before John Bong threw the dangerous Crosley reference, and then Arnaldo went into straight shill mode. Arnaldo, do you have these unofficials, or are you
no?
Sorry,
No way.
Guys, remember, I work for the artists. I do not condone ripping off artists from their hard-earned money, from their intellectual property. So
So
you don't use Spotify.
That's right, Arnaldo.
I don't have Spotify.
We've got a barn burner. We've got a whopping 16 votes. We've got 76 people watching. We've got 60 votes. It's 50-50. It's deadlocked. So if you haven't voted, we're going to close the poll. We need to really. Is John Bong? Go vote, Arnaldo. Is John Bong right or is John Bong wrong? Next T-shirt. John Bong.
CONCERTBUDDIE. There's a couple comments about us being turntable elitists and like knocking people's gear. This isn't a stance of elitism. We're just trying to warn people.
Wait,
probably
look,
not buy a Crosley if you can avoid it.
I have some numbers.
It's a PSA.
It says that in 2021 they sold like 80,000 Crosleys. That's a big number.
Now, Bit Bob Boom says, I bet Crosleys don't sound worse than transistor radios or TV speakers we watch MTV on. I think that's a fair and balanced take. I like it.
I disagree.
I'm gonna do a video. I'll do a video. Crosley versus Techniques turntable, and then
no, we need to get the angel horn. We need to get the angel horn in your hand, Jason. If only we knew someone who knew Angel's horn people and could get you the gear you need for the shootout. If only there was somebody we knew. Now, I think Tokyo Brian's been drinking. He said, you need one more choice on there. Who cares? That's a hot take, man. That's a hot take. You're sounding like that other guy from Japan now. Come on now.
Chan, you're not getting like thirsty. I need like a drink. Do you know any type of drinks that I can?
I could use a Coca-Cola and a Crown. They would call it Crown and Coke. Sponsored by unofficially Crown Royal.
The bootleg sponsor of the show.
Oh, hang on a second. Oh, nope. We've got more. This is like a prop-filled show. We've got a prop-filled show. I'm ending the poll.
It's pure data. Look, we all know that. How many people are we here? Like 60? Like there's one motherfucker who collects all the Imagine Dragon records. So that's fine. If that's your thing.
What are you talking about?
If that's your thing.
I'm sorry, Imagine Dragons taking fire from John Bong, Imagine Dragon fan. I'm sorry about that.
Guilty is charged.
They are the worst band after Ebola.
I forgot to show one more freebie.
Oh, hang on.
Jeez.
45 adapter.
Is that a high?
Is that to put on the stylus of your Crosley when records gets?
Well, that's for your 7-inch.
Oh.
John Bong, are you ready for this?
Lanyard.
I am not.
We didn't. Hold on. We didn't plug the what did Dana call them? It's called Rhythm. That is the other sponsor from VinylCon.
Apologies, Rhythm.
Yes, they're not even edibles. They're legit smoke
flower.
Yeah, flower.
Oh, he called them. I forget. John Bong, the results are in. 53% of our fine gallery says there are more than 40% of new vinyl collectors have Crosleys. More than that 40%. So, winning?
I guess we both lost.
I think everyone lost. Follow-up for Arnaldo, the newest sales representative for Crown Royal. Will there be a Crown Royal turntable in the mix? Oh, there we go. There's some people winning vinyl. Yeah, I like those gals.
Well, CONCERTBUDDIE, let's break this down though. So we got 40% have Crosleys,
Yeah,
50% don't have turntables, and the 10% come here. That's what we're looking at.
that's right. That's right. This is their ear satisfaction. That's correct. You heard
This is
it. I believe his
the
name
only
was
show
Andy.
where you can
Yeah.
watch Arnaldo empty his bag. It's
I
amazing.
pulled out all the other previews.
This is on the Patreon. Arnaldo, don't give it away for free. This is on the Surface Noise Patreon. Come on now. Oh, there's all the stickers. There's all the Vinyl Community Podcast stickers still in your bag. What happened?
Well, I held some back because next time I go to the record stores in Brooklyn, I'm going to place some in the appropriate locations.
I will buy you a Grail record if you peel a sticker and slap it on a Grail item at Human Head or something like that.
Oh my gosh. New friend Decoy Card says weird episode of What's Bad. It's Amoeba lost. Amoeba's gonna have a cease and desist in the morning for us, I'm afraid.
By the way, I have a good.
I could finish. Okay, what else is in my bag? The records, Jose, that I was not able to trade.
All right.
Drum roll, please.
Oh yeah, hang on. Well, hang on. I got you. Here we go.
So I had my eye on Blood Flowers by The Cure. So I offered up a sealed copy of the DCC Al Green. That wasn't enough.
Nobody here was like, oh yeah, for sure.
I offered up a sealed copy
No one
of
What is
Do You
that?
Sing by the Gorillaz.
Is that a song?
Yeah, it's was a record store day piece like 10 years ago. And then a promo of A Perfect Circle,
Oh, nice.
numbered.
Damn.
And mind you, I was like, I'll pay the difference. Nothing. He's like, nah. Okay.
We've got an offer from Vinyl Connoisseur, the Vinyl Piper $5. Which piece? Which piece, Chris?
For the sticker?
Novice Nick is here to he has a working arrangement with Astroglide. He says, Concert Buddy, can we do an episode of what lube is in your bag?
Nick, this is not Chatterbait or X videos. I think you got the link wrong. So
No.
John Bong, what do you know about Chatterbait?
You know, just the classic links of youth.
Oh, no.
You know,
Savage.
Classics.
Yeah, but that's a savage move.
You know, I think that you should always take records to trade at shows, but it does feel weird when you come back with them and you're like, hey, I'm sorry.
I'm totally fine. He just didn't want to make the trade. He's the only person
All right.
to.
Oh, you only approach one table with these goodies?
Well, he's the only one that had something that was in the range of those records.
So can I ask, those pieces you showed in your mind?
Yeah,
You
could look them up on Discogs.
If I'm a dealer and I've got something you want,
Yeah,
I'm going to say to you, Arnaldo, what do you approximate the value of those at? Those pieces together, what would you have optimally been looking for trade value of? Give me a dollar amount.
Oh, well, if it's a trade, if your record is selling for 300 and my record is worth 300, it should be an even trade, because I don't know how much you paid for your record. You could have paid $20 for that record, and
Right.
you don't know how much I paid for that record. If I'm selling the record to you, that's totally different. Do you agree?
I'm sorry. I do agree, but I don't
Sorry,
even
go.
know what to say. Before you answer this, Chris, I mean, Dark Brian in the chat is on one. He said, actually, World Masturbation Day is coming up May 28th. I didn't even know about this. He said, we should celebrate as a vinyl community. Dark Brian, everybody. Dark Brian is on one. So,
but Arnaldo, the value of the record, like, let's say the Al Green is worth 120 and the Cure is worth 120, even.
Yeah.
Isn't the Cure more likely to sell than the Al Green? So the person taking on the Al Green.
It all depends.
Yeah. That's what I mean. You got to factor that in. And the Discogs median is a lie. So,
well, the only argument you could make is if you need 3 records to make up the equivalent of a $300 record, it's probably going to be more difficult for him to. But it's all very relative, because someone to plop down $300 for a record may be more difficult than selling 3 $100 records.
Yeah, I understand.
Right. So, but you could also say he could also argue, well, it's going to take me longer to move 3 records than to move 1. It's very relative, because it may be harder to move a $300 record rather than 3 $100 records.
So how do you feel about this statement?
I totally agree. I don't want to win anything. I'm just doing, if something is valued currently, the median price on Discogs is the price that you're selling your record at, then I think it's an even trade, right? Because you're not. I don't know what that dealer paid for it.
No, you have to look. This is John Bong's guide to getting a record perfectly swapped. All right,
John Bong, yes.
Hang on. I got music for you. You ready for this? Hang on.
Yeah.
Here we go. For Pete's sake.
Is it Avril Lavigne?
Can you imagine? He's like, I'm John Bong. Do you know the tomato lady?
Tomato lady on the Chatterbait.com.
I had a good one.
No. Holy watching music. I didn't even hear my own thoughts. Right?
I'm not gonna play the whole thing because John Bong hasn't earned the full song yet. But John, please enlighten us.
All right, so this is what you want. So if you're going to a show or a store, you have to take the records that cost you $20 that are now worth $100. Those are the better records.
But that's to win. That's for the win.
Yeah, but it's an automatically perfect win, because you have to understand that taking a loss, even if it's a fictional one, because if you pay 20 and the record is now 100, it doesn't matter, because unless you really need the money, you wouldn't.
When you're trading in store, you're getting 50% of the value that what it's worth.
Yes, exactly. So that's why I'm saying
the record. If the record is worth 100, the record store is going to give you 50. If you paid 20, you're making $30 by trading it in to a record store rather than an even 100 to 100 with a dealer at a show.
Yes, but. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, in order to win every single time, you have to take a record that you paid less than what you can get now.
Accept
it. You know,
I understand, but he wasn't interested. Period.
No, I know, but
Cesar makes a good point. They're there to make money, to bring in cash, because they paid for the tips. It's totally. But if I showed up with a Karen Dalton in my hand that the other dealer had for $500, I'm sure his eyes would have gone like this, and he would have been like, yeah, sure, I'll trade you the Cure. Right?
Game over.
You're doing it all wrong. You just showed this record. Over. You showed this record. You say this is like a fancy European import cut by Kevin Gray. Okay. Mm-hmm. You know,
isn't that record a piece of shit?
What did you say, John Bong?
Isn't that record a piece of
shit? Jason, you had the same experience when you brought the Taylor Swift record to Den Bosch. No one wanted to,
because they're not Swifties. You know, the Europeans.
No one in Europe is really a Swiftie. You know, unless your father.
Everyone's a Swiftie.
No, in Europe, unless your dad like owes money to a mafia or something, you don't have that party.
Oh my god!
John Bong, we need a tinfoil hat for John Bong, everybody.
You like, in order to be a cardigan player, you have to be like, you know, your dad's like has money in a bank account in Switzerland.
Listen, John, I've got what you're looking for. This is a new artist. This is Niels de Vries. This is made by our friends at the Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. Yes.
Yeah.
So opening bids. Name your price. Taking them.
I heard those were from the tapes. From the tapes.
These are from the masking. These are from the masking tapes. From the
Chance,
masking tapes.
you didn't return that? Mine's log god. Mine is log god.
What can I say? I'm sentimental for what DSD meant to me. What can I?
You know, I will say that
How many kind of blue do you need?
None. You don't need any. I can whistle that shit for you in your sleep if you want to. For real. Any label that wants to keep reissuing Kind of Blue, fuck you. All right.
Oh no.
It just in general, I think that, you know, when you pick a title that you're investing all this money, don't make it the fucking obvious choice. You know, it's
sometimes the obvious choice is the most lucrative and the one that's going to make you money.
Nah.
Yeah, but you're going against their whole theory, Jose. They're like, we're the minority in this whole thing. Like, Kind of Blue is going to keep on selling.
Well, first of all, I don't
Rumors
know
is going to keep on selling. Asia is going to keep on selling, whether you like it or not, Jose.
In 2 years, there's going to be a Steely Dan mega sale, and you and I are going to buy that shit for 25 cents, and then
25 cents.
Come
John
on.
Bong, the exchange rate is wrong. It's going to be more.
By the way,
25.
I did bought that UHQR for what is it, like $50 on Amazon? Not that long.
Which
Which one?
The white
I
stripe.
show everybody the
the elephant.
Old. No, Jose Moreno Ron showed us the white stripes. Yoshi, Don, you showed us nothing.
yeah.
You're showing a lot of sass and a lot of spirit.
That's the
tonight.
shit
Appreciate
that
it.
I am. Yeah.
John
What a
Bong.
second.
No, that's our friend Jose. He hasn't been here for a minute. He's a male model over in Portugal.
By the way, why do I have this on CD? You know, I don't know.
We're
It's a good one.
I don't think John Bong was here for the CD Man comeback.
You know what's a $50 cassette? This Selena cassette that I have here.
Cassettes are making a comeback. That's going to be the next episode.
Oh no!
Well, I do have a cassette.
It's almost like every week there's a new headline. A couple weeks ago, multiple folks CDs are back. Then last week, cassettes coming back. I think it's almost like a slow news cycle.
Isn't the shingles making a comeback in the U.S.?
Oh, and do you guys remember? It was late 90s, early 2000s when this was pre-streaming, when record labels came out with the card. You forget the card?
The card, yes.
The music was on a card, like a digital.
Yes.
Was it this SD card? I forgot what it was.
SD card.
Yeah, it was on a card.
It was like a little. It was like not a thumb drive, but it was a mini SD disc. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Not a mini disc. A mini
no,
disc
it wasn't the mini disc. It was very brief. It was like 6 months to maybe a year that they were doing them, and I think Sony did a couple of titles.
Well, don't you
Was it
remember
the
the Beatles doing the
PlayStation?
Apple? Do you remember the Beatles doing the USB? Bob
Yeah.
Dylan did it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Dylan
have
did it too for that.
I have the.
Are you talking about the Sony PSP when they had they had music for that?
Nirvana
I
never.
don't remember. It was
CD3.
being on
Alan
like
says
a car.
CD3. Is this the name you're
CD3?
looking for?
I don't remember. I
Well,
thought
is
I'm
it-
confused. Are you
three.
talking about the Crosley RSD3 player?
Oh
You
no. No.
Leave
This
Crosley
is gold,
alone.
right?
Jason, you know what? I have that, and I have it on the bathroom. So when you're taking a shit, you can enjoy like "Love Me Do," like the way the Beatles intended it. You know, it's so.
I can't wait to go to John Bong's house. That's got to be one hell of a toilet.
Isn't that a
situation.
toilet dispenser? A toilet paper dispenser. thought it
You
was
got to be
toilet.
joking. You get two of them.
Oh,
Somebody
No,
Two of them.
Chance.
wow.
That's
You-
two toilets with a
Oh,
mixer.
don't
in
worry.
between.
I'm one step ahead of
put
you.
up Jeremy's
Arnaldo, can you please read this comment?
Angel's Horn is surprisingly good. Thumbs up.
Oh man.
You know, when
guy does one review record or one review video,
as long as accurate speed isn't important, it's great.
if playing the record is a thing, then no, right?
How many of you guys have tested your turntable and see if it goes at accurate speed? And can you all confirm that it's exactly 33.33?
By the way, I have a
MoFi of that.
I have a
What are you
MoFi.
talking about? I play like a European import of Van Halen 3 on it. Of course it's in perfect pitch.
By the way,
Jerome at the peak of his powers.
What a piece of shit that cover is, by the way. I'm not even.
Jose, what do you have against shot with a cannonball in their belly? I mean, that's,
look,
if that's not prejudice, John, I don't know what it is.
All I know about that record is the guy from Extreme is singing on that record.
Yes, Gary Sharon.
And that cover looks pixelated as fuck on that album cover.
Well, it's blurry to begin with, so.
No. But I could see like the pixels, like one being here and the other one being here.
John, you don't listen to the cover. Don't listen to the cover, John.
You don't exactly. You don't play.
Wait, isn't that considered like the worst Van Halen record ever?
I don't know. I Women and Children First, not really that good. My opinion.
There's a lot of competitors there.
Yeah.
Wasn't there also a live Van Halen that was never on vinyl that finally got released?
The basketball one?
They had a box set like live from Japan that I want to say 2012, but their last studio that had a lot of rework stuff from their Diamond Dave era when Dave came back. It's like a $400 piece now. It had like that song Tattoo. It's not a good album, but that was the last studio album. That's 2008, 7.
Does anyone on the stream have the Radiohead collection in a box set form? The 4-disc set.
I have the in rainbows.
No, it was
computer box set.
The collection that came out, I think it was 2004. It was black with that little figure on it in the middle. It's a 4-album box set. It's worth a pretty penny.
But what records are there inside?
It's a collection.
Oh,
it's a retrospective collection.
So it's all up to date?
I think so, yeah.
Hang on, Arnaldo. I'm coming in hot. Is this what you're talking about? Hold up.
Yes, put it up.
Hold up. Wait a minute. You talking about this guy? This?
No.
It's black.
Literally said black shit.
It's called Best of Radiohead or
that's volume 1 and volume 2 on vinyl. That's it, right? Because there's a best of volume 1 and
it's
volume
black.
2. Yes. I'm pretty sure that's it. By the way,
there it is.
The best of volume 1 and volume 2.
Well, I know it's only one box set. Click on the vinyl.
Yeah, but on CD there were like 2 different things.
Chance, we don't want to see the pictures of the CD.
Oh my gosh. The guy does one Angel Horns video and now he's a director. Come on. What's happening here? Unbelievable.
By the way, I'm getting thirsty like a motherfucker. I don't know why.
John, you may have a condition. I don't know. Hang on. That's the one
I think it's the Cialis medicine. It dries your mouth.
John, you're on Cialis. I'm sorry to hear that, John. That's a tough.
Just as a hobby, just as a hobby.
Oh, you snack on them like chiclets? Is that kind of what you
go to my neighbors and just like, hey man, you got something to munch on? And I'm like,
give him a stiff upper lip. That's what he needs.
How many discs are there in this thing? Good
4.
grief.
Jeez.
What the hell is going on here? What do we got?
This is a lot of pictures. I appreciate the pictures. I do.
Right, yeah, but just click on the listings.
Hang on. So
I will say that this is a dumbass fucking. There's nothing. Oh. Yeah, it's just the best stuff. It's like.
Well, the reason why I bring it up because according to the reviews there.
Wait, good plus, and it's 199. good plus.
According to the reviews on there, the songs, and it's pretty much half of the album. I think it's like at least five songs from the Bends sound the best on this collection than they did on the original.
Baby got the best.
Yeah.
Here we go. So the venerable Tom Webb 101 says this really truly is an outstanding set. The record's seriously nicely mastered, and the comment about the Benz track is correct. They've never sounded this good before. In fact,
Beautiful.
it turns out they were genuinely well recorded. Who knew? For all 4 discs to come flat and mostly very, very quiet is a result, too, despite the card inners. TBF, I gave them a full wash before playing, which I think they needed. It really is a desert island pride of ownership experience set, and it's not hard to see why this commands a premium, and yet for 4 discs of such quality, it's easily worth £100. And if some labels release this, it would doubtless retail for far more. Grab one before the asking prices go any higher.
Buy now, cry later.
Mike Esposito.
You know, if I had the choice between this and a compilation of CCR
that were left in the warehouse and someone opened up the box.
Oh, no.
You already know what I was picking.
No.
You know, right?
Oh, no. Unbelievable.
If I could only get an all analog CCR best of right the fuck now, I would like quit this stream, slap that shit on, you know.
Alan, hang on, John. We've got a comment from Alan. He says, Tom 1 says it sounds great on his Crosley. John, how do you respond to such a savage accusation?
There's a record my label is reissuing that I'm looking for a copy, right? And I found a post on Facebook of a record store in 2019 that had it, and they are testing it on a Crossley. So fuck them and the horse they wrote in. But I just want to say
only that record store in Long Island had a Crossley as a test play test turntable, we'd be set.
Brutal. Brutal.
Yeah.
Arnold, what if let's just hypothetical? What if that same record store obtained what some are calling the best budget turntable at that particular price point? What's the Angel's
Horn.
Angel's Horn? I mean, can we make dreams come true? Is it possible? Are you the dream maker? Can we?
You know, there's some poor kid right now. Like, hey mom, you know what I want for Kwanzaa this year? What do you want, son? I want some Billy Joel's MoFi for $400 in a Crossley. Son, you're a dumbass. And then like, you know,
What?
that's the whole story.
Who's your daddy and what does
That
he
happened
do?
in Cincinnati, you know. Somewhere in Cincinnati, you know, that's what people say, right?
Somewhere in Cincinnati. I missed that one.
Yeah.
I remember John from Cincinnati, wasn't I?
It's the sequel to Sleepless on Seattle, but you missed it. It only came out on beta.
DAC. It came out on DAC.
On DAC, yeah. Remember that?
John, how many strings does that guitar behind you have? Like 12?
Yes, it's a 12.
There's one for each finger on his left hand. 12-finger John Bong. Come on now. Oh, what a
Well, I have a mess on my studio right now because I was looking for a cable yesterday, and I didn't find it.
I think we've unofficially got off the unofficial conversation, but I did want to ask because I see this come through my email. It looks like the UHQRs, Steely Dan, they're going to ship the last one, Royal Scam or whatever that one is. That
June 6th, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I see a lot of head nodding. Who on the dais does have a pre-order? We'll see him. Okay. So I'm putting my hand down because of my embargo with those folks right now. But so it's 50%.
Why? There was more than 50%. What is this shit?
No, it was Jason and David and the Groove Seeker. 3 out of
And
6.
you.
No, I just was doing this as
all
a
right.
demonstration. At one time, I did have the pre-order,
train
and then I did have it pre-ordered, and then unfortunate circumstances happened. So I pre-ordered.
Or like people used to call it.
Will Scam has Kid Charlemagne on it, right?
Yeah, it's the Kanye West song.
Yeah. Well, no, it's Kid Charlemagne. It's
There.
let's not refer to it
Haitian
like
divorce.
That. Come on.
Haitian divorce is on there, yeah.
If anything, it's the song about the drug dealer. There you go.
It's. Have you ever seen that VH1 Storyteller?
Yes, and he says it's the worst lyric he ever wrote.
Yes. Is there a gas in the car?
Gas in the car? Yes, there's gas in the car.
Beautiful.
So Novice Nick is asking why the embargo. So the quick version is I tried ordering the Miles Davis, the leftovers from Kind of Blue, and it went sideways. Yes, listen.
That was a year ago.
Listen,
Concert Buddy, they're going to magically appear where the CCR boxes are.
One thing about me, listen. One thing about me, if something's handled poorly, I dig in, and I feel it could have been handled better. That's me just being polite about it. So, and plus, honestly, this is not knocking the Danners. I know they're out there. It's just not for me. So I kind of did I did a self-reflection and figured out, do I need to spend $300 on 2 more Steely Dan UHQRs that are better off being in the hands of other people? No. So, arrivederci.
But your set's incomplete now.
Don't.
It is, but I'm also thinking about selling it.
Chance, don't lie to yourself. I know you're waiting for the on UHQR double LP records that they are putting out that they promised 600 years ago when they announced that shit for the first time. Remember that?
But Groove Seeker, DSD Player, and David, what if it turns out to be a Pretzel Logic?
That's a fun.
Have you thought about that?
I don't think there was tape issues with Royal Scam, though.
Well, no. Pretzel Logic.
There weren't tape issues on the Pretzel Logic either.
No, Katie Lied had the tape issues. Pretzel Logic, it was just too much, not enough treble, not enough top end.
Are you trying to say it's going to sound like a Royal Scam? Is that the joke you're going for, Arnaldo?
No, you walked right into that one.
No, I'm just wondering. I'll let everyone else comment, and then I'll decide if I really want it. Because I don't think it's running out anytime soon, right?
Running on empty.
It's not showing low stock yet, right?
I'm not discouraged. I mean, this was my favorite band before. One of my favorite bands before it was cool to like Steely Dan again. So when this got announced, I was all over it, and I've waited the whole run for this. This is the first one I wanted to come out. So.
Before Cocaine.
Oh, really? This is your favorite?
This is my favorite. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's top 3 Steely Dan, probably top number 2 or something.
I mean, like Age is the obvious, but I love this one.
It's one of the most very different sounding Steely Dan records. Katie Lied as well. I would say that those two are like, when you listen to the records too long. I've never liked Countdown to whatever the fuck that
Countdown
shit.
to Ecstasy.
I don't like that record. I don't know. If I hear Bodhisattva one more time again, I'm gonna fucking go nuts. That song sucks ass.
John, your takes remind me of somebody. I can't put a finger on it, but these takes.
16.
Well, I could put a finger on it.
Is that it? No. I do have the Gene Simmons hair right now, which is fine.
Gene Simmons. Oh man.
Gene Simmons.
Hey, speaking of Gene Simmons, did you see that story about I think it was $10,000 or $12,000 you could be his roadie for a day.
His personal assistant.
Right, and somebody took him up on it, like a father-son combo, and they did it for. I mean, must be a big fan to answer his phone, and I don't know. I need to read the article. I saw the headline because I remember the story came out that was the open offer out there, and then literally somebody took advantage of it.
Can we go back to the UHQR and what's shipping next? When are the Marley shipping?
Good question, David. David, you're closest to all that stuff. Do you know anything about the ship dates on those?
When they're pressed, they'll be shipped.
No, but I think no. An announcement was made that I think Exodus and Rastaman,
right,
double 45 will be the first ones to ship.
Yeah,
correct. But I don't remember the date. Did he say June or?
It'll be after Steely Dan.
I have a.
It's the next. You guys need to realize something. The Steely Dan dates are driven by Universal, not Chad. So the delays and all that he has nothing to do with it. As a matter of fact, I mean, they even changed the order of some of the releases on him. So I mean, he's kind of at the mercy of. He'll be done now, but I mean, he's kind of at the mercy of Universal.
They listened to that Pretzel Logic. They were like, "What is this treble?"
Because are the digitals coming out as well?
Lower.
No, yeah, they're doing digital, I think, right?
The CDs lag by usually at least 2 months.
No, the cheapo version, the $30 press.
Oh yeah, the Universal 30s. Yeah, they released the same date.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He can't release before that date.
Right,
he can't release before
what it's
them.
dictated by Universal's release schedule, their supply chain, and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So.
By the way,
they got to press all of those Taylor Swifts before they can press the Steely Dan. So
why is Ween not releasing their reissues fast enough? I'm here dry as balls.
Because they have to release Steely Dan first.
I don't know about that.
And get ready for the big surprise drop of Reputation this year sometime, right? The Taylor's version of Reputation has to be, because this is a year that Taylor hasn't put out anything. So.
Oh my gosh, it's the ones you least suspect. Arnaldo Closeted Swifty just revealed himself. He took off the Scooby Doo mask. He just peeled it away, and a big Swifty right here, right in front of us.
And remember, there are no Swifties in Europe. Unless your dad is in the mob.
That's their payment. That's their payment system, the Swift payment system.
Oh yeah, the Swift. Yeah, exactly.
Oh no. Did I hear that?
Yes.
Did you guys hear Maggot Brain's getting a reissue? Is this just more of the?
That was
is that official, Jason? What you see nodding head?
4G.
Concert Buddy, you don't like European imports?
Unofficial European imports, right at my alley.
I happen to know for a fact that Kind of Blue is getting reissued.
We have no offers. I mean, guys, you're hurting my feelings on the
more blue, right?
I got a kid in college. Help me out. Come on. Yeah, this is why I say that, because it seems to be a lot. The chatter has picked up lately about Maggot Brain, and maybe they're the rumors. Oh, the tapes are found. All the usual Pollyanna stuff. But I was just curious if there was anything official. And seems not.
But for real, Beck, if you go to Twitter or whatever, and you look for those tweets that Beck was saying, like, "I'm pressing those records, bitches," that was like 2017. So fuck him.
Oh,
are these the records that are pre-Mellow Gold?
Yes. I'll give you a question. What number in his catalog is Mellow Gold?
I would think 3.
No.
4?
No.
Oh man, we got a super fan here. Come on, Mazzy, if you're still out there, I know you like that back. Come on.
No, Mazzy probably doesn't know. But he has a lot of tapes that don't count, right? If you don't want to count them.
Mixtapes?
No, tapes. Like he would actually record music on cassette, sort of like Daniel Johnston type shit. And then
John, is this the number?
No, it's like I think it's 5. It's 5. Because that same year that he released, yes. So it's Banja Stories. I think it's the last before Golden Fillings, Stereopathic Soul Manure, And then if you count in the order, I don't remember if it's the fifth one, because it's that same year came out One Foot in the Grave.
Yeah.
But those are demos, man, aren't they?
Those are not demos. What is this shit? One Foot in the Grave. One Foot on the Grave came out on K Records.
According to Wikipedia, Golden Feelings.
Wikipedia, everyone. Here we go.
Golden Feelings.
Golden Feelings, Stereopathic, Soul Manure, and then Mellow Gold. Now, everything else is not a studio album.
What the fuck?
According to Wikipedia.
No, fuck Wikipedia.
Jeez. What are we doing?
Well, what about the unofficial European imports? Do we have?
And by the way, talking about bootlegs, that
all the others are considered demo tapes.
No, they're not demo. They definitely.
Banjo Story, Beck and Dava.
Yes.
We Like Folk, Who Cares, Destroy Us.
Yes.
Those are all considered demo tapes. Beck's a loser.
John, you've been outed. Sorry, John.
Nobody here knows it, but Beck had a band with the guy from
Jason, now's the time to pull up the Freber record
of Presidents of the United States of America. It had a 7-inch. It's pretty cool. But Golden Feelings, it's the first record. That's a fact, because it came out on CD and cassette. So that's it. That's 1973. And then the same year, Mellow Gold, Stereopathic, Soul Manure, and One Foot on the Grave came out. So it's either 4 or 5.
One Foot on the Grave is considered a Beck album, but it came out technically in June of 94, whereas Mellow Gold came out in March of 94. The only thing is that Mellow Gold was for a major label. One Foot in the Grave was on K label.
Yes, K label was a big label back then.
I'm just reading this from Wikipedia. So
and Stereopathic, Soul Manure, don't forget my boy. It was a Flipside Records.
That is correct. And Golden Feelings is on Sonic Enemy. So everything else was a demo.
Which was a fake fucking label that released
93. It was a cassette at first.
Also, that CD, look up how much the cassette for Golden Feelings are. It's like
$1,000. Is it like Love Buzz money?
It's $1,500.
Going to make Chance's list.
A copy available is $1,500.
Yeah, I had a teacher.
Make your list.
I had a teacher in high school that had one, and that's how we know about that cassette and Banjo Stories. Shout out Banjo Stories.
Man.
Well, I hate to cut you off, John. You've had a red hot freestyle free for all hour, gaining your momentum after the jar of pickles. But we run over.
Failed Beck. Your knowledge.
Yeah, Beck Hansen. We're going to hear from the attorneys in the morning, and John, I'm going to send them your way because we don't have the courage. We don't have the courage to deal with that. But I want to thank my guests. It's a power-packed, action-packed Surface Noise. We'll be back again next week, I think. I know we're running up on Memorial Day holiday, so we'll see. Check your local listings. I think we'll probably do a show. But thank my guests, David, Jason, the Texas Tag Team, the New York Tag Team.
Do you want to listen to records?
Yeah, here we go.
Are you going to play the Silver Dollar Pancakes on it?
Breakfast by Turntable. I think
that shit isn't even plugged in. They just like slapping that thing like
unbelievable. Well, thank everybody. Great show. We'll do it again soon. And actually, we're gonna see our way out. You ready? We got an outro. Here we go.